His only daughter selling her soul for bail money.
Sounds like Lord doing like that. It's not all bail money. Some of it's gambling debts and some...
Helena! No! Helena! How'd you end up like this?
Women, it's all false, man. It's beautiful self-sufficient.
Hello! Okay, so I just saw Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Did I say that right? I don't know. So anyway, yes, so I just saw Indiana Jones and is it the Dial of Destiny or the Destiny of the Dial? I think it's the Dial of Destiny. So I just saw this movie just today. It's 4 something here, so it's a little bit late. It's a 2-hour movie, so be prepared. But we got a lot to discuss, so I won't make this too long in advance because it's very late. During the day. So yeah, so we'll go to our Indiana Jones. Okay, so first off, I'll give you my reaction when I found out they were making Indiana Jones 5. So when I first heard the news they were making Indiana Jones 5, I'm like, this could be either great or bad because we are living in a different world now, and sometimes when it comes to reviving old franchises, unfortunately they don't really work with the audience today. So I was a bit nervous, like, I don't know if they should push that luck, because they did a 4th Indiana Jones, and unfortunately people didn't like that movie. I disagree, I loved the 4th one, I thought it was really good as well. So I can't tell you what happens, but there's a lot of action sequences, so be prepared, because the first sequence was gobsmacked, really like shocked, like, oh my god, this is amazing! So the opening scene was so good. There's also a couple of other action sequences in the movie as well, so that was really good as well. So yeah, so if you haven't seen Indiana Jones, or if you haven't seen Indiana Jones, I'm sure you guys I'm pretty sure you guys have seen Indiana Jones, yeah, if you haven't seen Indiana Jones, check out the movies before you see this movie, because you won't understand the story if you go to the cinemas and see this movie if you haven't seen Indiana Jones as well. So before I even knew about Indiana Jones, I know the references to Indiana Jones, but I know the reference because there was a reference to The Simpsons, they did a reference from The Simpsons, other movies and pop culture as well. So I knew that, but I'm like, there was a movie. So during COVID, I was sick, so I decided to binge watch the Indiana Jones movies on streaming. And I fell in love with them. I immediately fell in love with them. I love action adventure movies. That gets my adrenaline pump, like, oh yeah, fight the bad guy, you know that stuff. So I love action adventure movies as well. Really good stuff. I don't mind a bit of like entrepreneur, which is like spy thrillers as well. I don't really mind that, but I kind of like the Indiana Jones movie as a whole, because it's all about the Nazis, and you kind of think Wonder Woman, the first Wonder Woman, because they had Nazis in it as well. It's interesting to see how they tied that in to like the ancient artifacts, and I like when they discover like new artifacts. And of course in this movie they find the Dial of Destiny, which is a dial basically. I don't spoil for you what happens, but they find its dial, right? And it turns back time. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to spoil the movie for you. You have to see it for yourself, but it's such a good movie. So yeah, so I love this movie. I can't wait. I'm so excited to see it on streaming again. I think it's a really watchable movie. I was talking to one of my viewers, and they said they heard some bad reviews of Indiana Jones. Like, well, I haven't seen the movie yet. So let me tell you, from my perspective, don't listen to what critics are going to say. Just don't listen to them, because sometimes, including The Flash, like, to be honest, I love The Flash. The Flash is such a good movie. Better than Shazam, in my opinion. Now, The Flash was really good. So even though it's doing poor numbers, it doesn't matter. I still loved it. It was a great movie. A really great movie. And also, The Flash reminded me of Indiana Jones a bit, because it has some action sequences as well. Would I say Indiana Jones is funny? Not really, but it's close close to it. So I would say my two movies of the year are probably The Flash and Indiana Jones. Those are my two movies of the year as well. So yeah, so like I said, you kind of know the premise. They didn't show too much of the trailers. I haven't seen any advertisement, although there was an ad campaign of the movie. Go see Indiana Jones June 28th. So we did. Although this is actually we actually went when it actually got released. So today's Thursday here, but the movie came out Wednesday. So we actually saw it before, because school holidays, and I think of a lot of families and kids that go see Indiana Jones as well. So we went in there before the big crowds come in, because we don't like to go to movies when there's like big crowds. If you see it opening weekend, good for you. But if you want my advice, go during the break. It's better because there's no noisy kids, no screaming children as well. So it's nice to see a movie when it's dialed down a bit. But if you could do opening weekend, I don't know how you do it. So Harrison Ford. In the opening sequences, I can tell you they did a de-aging thing where it's sort of like they de-aged the actors a bit, because they have that kind of technology to do that now. So you see Harrison Ford as a young Indiana Jones, and I was like, Indiana Jones and Harrison Ford. They had this de-aging thing, like I said before, you go see the characters in younger versions. And I didn't expect us to go in the movie to see, I thought this was going to be off and on in the past, but it wasn't. It was just that opening sequence. So I'm not sure. Maybe I got a bit confused, because I thought this was going to be a time, going back in time, this kind of thing. So I don't really have a lot to say, because it's sort of like Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull, is that what it's called? Yeah. But overall, I still enjoyed it. Harrison Ford, I mean, he's great in this movie. He's so good. I think he said this is his final Indiana Jones movie, but he's going to Marvel next, so we'll see how he does over there. But I'm glad he committed to come back to Indiana Jones for one final time. They might revive it in the future. I don't know. It's very hard to top Harrison Ford as well. I've heard a story that I think he worked in some carpenter place before he was a movie star. So that's very interesting. But I'm not sure what the deal with Star Wars is. I'm not sure. Because they killed off his character in Star Wars very quickly. So I'm not sure if he had a hate towards Star Wars, or was he treated bad. I don't know what happened, but for him to come back to this franchise one last time, this is his final movie, I think. I think, because he did say it in a presentation this is his final time being Indiana Jones. And it was I forgot what I was gonna say. Let me think. Like I said before, it's so good to see Harrison Ford come back to this character for one last time. And the fact that he's so committed to it, and the fact that he actually came back, because sometimes when a franchise revives itself, people unfortunately don't come back. Why didn't you come back to this movie? And they get new actors it's not the same. So I'm glad they came back. You get other cameo surprises. You get the guy who was in the first movie, and also, I don't think this is a spoiler, but Marion shows up at the end of the movie as well, to do a little reference with the you know the scene when the scene when you see it.
Cheer. Here. This is too bad.
But they kind of make a little reference to that. But overall, it was coming back to a franchise for so long, because I didn't grow up in the 80s. I'm not sure if this is hits your childhood in a way. My mum actually saw. I think my mum saw this. I think my mum has seen Indiana Jones as well. I think she saw it in theaters one time. I'm not sure, but when I told her there was a fifth one coming out. A fifth movie coming out, I can't speak. A fifth movie coming out, I was like, oh yeah, we're going to see that in theaters. So yeah, so it was a really good movie. I highly recommend it. Just don't listen to critics, you know. I from my perspective, I really love the movie. I really love it so much. Like, nothing has changed because, you know, usually a movie changes, but it hasn't changed. You know, Indiana Jones is still a timeless classic, kind of like Grease, like I said before. Grease is also a timeless classic because you can't really change the format. Even though, you know, you still got violence, you still got guns in that movie, because sometimes in political terms they might take away that, but they didn't. But you go back in, nothing has changed. You feel like you're watching Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones as well, and also other characters. Like, other characters appear as well, like I said. But yeah, but I thought it was a really good movie. I don't want to spoil it for you, but I think that's all I'm going to say. Is there anything else I need to touch on? Because sometimes I'm like, damn, I forgot to do that part. But yeah, but overall, I thought it was a really good movie. Like an action-packed sequence if you're into adventure action movies like I am. Such a good movie. Go check it out. It's in theaters right now. So go watch it before people crowd theaters as well. So that's all I got time, guys. Make sure to like, share, subscribe to Militant Media. Also, you can follow me on TikTok, and also you can follow me on Instagram.